Good Thursday evening, November 14th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Eastmont Junior High School went on lockdown twice on Wednesday after two different incidents. East Wenatchee teens will have the opportunity to participate in a new after-school program led by the Wenatchee Valley YMCA. Get ready for possible fog the next couple of mornings with rain and cooler weather this weekend. All the details coming up in your local weather forecast. Amazon's newest delivery station in East Wenatchee is officially open. According to a company press release, the delivery station, known as WWG5, will provide efficient delivery services to customers in the region, but also create hundreds of local jobs. The delivery station is located on 3485 Northeast Trident Way near Pangbourne Memorial Airport. The 45,000 square foot delivery station was announced in March after Amazon closed on 8.5 acres of land for $2.5 million the same month. Media tours of the facility will not be available until after the holiday season. Eastmont Junior High School went on lockdown twice on Wednesday after two different incidents. The school first went into a brief lockdown shortly before 11:30 a.m. due to an escalated student, according to Eastmont Superintendent Becky Berg, who told NCWLIFE News that school resource officer Isaac Cooper was on site at the time. Then at about 2 p.m., the school went on a hold. That's when classroom doors are locked, but class continues as it normally would. Lasted for about 10 minutes after a student reported they thought there was a weapon on campus to an administrator. Berg said school administrators are still conducting a thorough investigation, but no weapon was found on campus by the East Wenatchee Police Department. No injuries related to either lockdown were reported to the district. The Washington State Court's online system has been down since November 4th after unauthorized activity was detected on the administrative office of the court's network. Chelan County District Court and other courts across the state are now working under emergency operation plans set by local judges. The outage has affected court schedules, halted civil filings, and paused payments. Judge Alan Blackman and Court Administrator Leah Garner discussed the situation with NCWLIFE News.
So the system is a statewide system that is developed for all the courts in the state of Washington, and it manages everything as far as case information.
It was happened on a statewide level, so it happened to the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeals, Superior Courts, courts of limited jurisdictions, so it affected everybody. We're doing what we can. We want to make sure that as soon as we're back online, we're able to get things going back as normal.
It has been challenging as far as trying to develop and find out who should be on a calendar, who's going to be heard that day, what we need to do to get that case heard, or if we need to get it rescheduled, who we need to contact to reschedule it. Well, we have the information posted on our website, along with the emergency order that was developed by the judges. And we've also been in contact with the prosecuting attorney offices, the local attorneys, providing them the information. We're still in contact with the administrative office of the court, whenever they can provide us with information and updates on the outage. And then we're still in contact with law enforcement as well.
It was a statewide outage. Unless they have backup systems in place already to be able to retrieve the information that we need, it'd be nice to have that, but we don't have that. It's up to the administrative courts if they want to choose to do that. We're working with the tools that we have, which unfortunately we don't have a lot of information on who's supposed to be before the court, so we're just taking things on a case-by-case, day-by-day basis. Hopefully this won't extend too much longer, but just please be patient with us. We want to make sure that everybody has that right and access to justice. We're trying to do that as soon as we can.
The former Peshastin man convicted of murdering a 15-month-old child in Yakima County has been sentenced to 28 years in prison. Terrence Chip Ogle is 31 years old. A jury convicted him in August in the death of Alexander Lynch, the child of Ogle's girlfriend. The boy was alone with Ogle in a West Valley apartment in 2020 when he suffered a fatal brain injury consistent with severe child abuse. Ogle claimed Alexander fell from a piece of furniture, but the jury found Ogle caused the fatal skull fracture. Yakima County Judge Kevin Knott handed down the 28-year sentence on Wednesday. When we come back, demonstrators gathered at the corner of Memorial Park on Wednesday in solidarity with immigrants. And a Spokane motorist was hospitalized this week after making a U-turn that brought him into the path of an oncoming semi near Pateros. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710. It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Demonstrators gathered at the corner of Memorial Park on Wednesday in solidarity with immigrants. Wenatchee for Immigrant Justice, a community organization, organized the event in light of the incoming Trump administration's proposals for mass deportation. Participants showed their support by holding immigrant solidarity signs in Spanish and English. Rachel Pashkowski, the organizer of the vigil, said she wants the immigrants in the community to know there are people who appreciate their presence.
We are here to support immigrants in our community. We've been around since about 2018, and we're concerned that people have housing, have food, that they're able to work on changing their immigration status if they want to. That's what we do.
It feels great seeing a diverse group of people being here and supporting the issue. It shows that we can come together as a community and move forward the issues that affect all of us, but also help move things forward in the sense of economics. Because we are in a very heavy agriculture area, and the undocumented population is a big part of what moves that forward. I myself came into this country undocumented when I was younger. I was very fortunate that I received my residency when I was 16 and got my citizenship 5 years after that. So I didn't have to live a lot of the struggles that some of my close friends have to live. I have a lot of friends that are DACA recipients at the moment, and their future is uncertain when the year starts. Personally, in my younger years, it did create a lot of fear of my parents being deported, myself being deported. As we come together and build more political power, we are able to better demand the things we need, like a pathway to citizenship.
I think that immigration is an American way of life, right? My grandparents came here as immigrants. They did not have visas because they were not required at that time. But, why are people immigrating now? The same reason that they've immigrated forever, for a better life. People are immigrating for a better life. They're immigrating because their homelands are destroyed. They're immigrating for the same reasons people have always immigrated.
East Wenatchee teens will have the opportunity to participate in a new after-school program led by the Wenatchee Valley YMCA. The YMCA has received funding to establish and operate a new program tailored for teens ages 11 to 15 at Sterling Junior High School. The YMCA said in a press release that while the organization offers a free teen space, it's been unable to serve East Wenatchee due to transportation barriers. The YMCA needs a minimum enrollment of 33 participants through May of 2025, with each teen attending at least 2 days per week. The program will operate Monday through Friday from 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. on all school days in the Eastmont School District. A Spokane motorist was hospitalized this week after making a U-turn that brought him into the path of an oncoming semi near Pateros. The Washington State Patrol says 33-year-old Joseph T. Jones was ejected from his pickup after making the turn while southbound on Highway 97 at State Route 153. Jones was taken by ambulance to Three Rivers Hospital in Brewster. Troopers say alcohol and drugs did not appear to be involved in the crash. The cause remains under investigation. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we will introduce you to Scout the dog, who is one of the pets up for adoption at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Morning fog is a possibility the next 2 days, with rain in the forecast this weekend. I'll have all those details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Are you a good listener? Do you stay curious when exploring conflicts? Can you manage emotions in stressful situations? Do you want to help people create solutions that work for each person's needs, lives, and culture? We need people like you to learn to be volunteer mediators, and we're here to help. Contact your local dispute resolution center to discuss your interests and learn about training opportunities.
Attention all units, be on the lookout for Hot Tub John's mind. That's right, Hot Tub John's has lost his mind at Hot Tubs Liquidators. Get a 5-person platinum spa with all the options, including 34 jets for $59.95, or a 6-person infinity with all the options included, 91 jets for $79.95. That's nuts! Celebrate these grand opening deals at both locations in Chelan and now in Wenatchee. Stay tuned for the next episode of Where's John's Mind? Hot Tub Liquidators.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
A 2-year-old mixed breed dog named Scout came into the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society 2 weeks ago as a stray. Now he'd love to find a new home with you. It's time for our weekly feature, Pause for Pets.
Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager. And today I want you to meet Scout. Scout is our 2-year-old, if we had to guess, blue tick coonhound is what one of our staff members really thinks he is. And I think husky because of the shedding he's having right now. He's also got a really goofy, playful personality that reminds me of a lot of huskies we've had. Yes, he's just an absolute sweetheart. We have had Scout for about 3 weeks now. He was brought into us as a stray. Yeah. And we've been trying to find him a home ever since. He's been an absolute angel while he's been here. He's currently my favorite dog. Yeah, you are. He loves going for walks, and he just loves his people time. Yeah, he's good at some commands like sit, and he's learning down, and he can spin. Very treat motivated, very fast learner. He's very smart. He's not that loud. I've heard him bark a handful of times maybe, so that's a plus. He's pretty mellow when he's not being goofy playful. It's like a good mix. Yeah. And he doesn't jump on us, which is fantastic. So I think that he would be a great dog for a family. I think I would trust him around kids, personally. We don't know about cats because he was a stray, so there's no way for us to know that. But he's not very interested in chasing things, we've noticed, so could be okay. Hard to say. He doesn't seem to be very reactive to dogs here, so we think he could probably have a dog friend. But as usual, we always recommend that if you have a dog, you bring him with you to meet him. And like all of our dogs here that we have up for adoption, he comes neutered or spayed, microchipped, and he has all of his vaccines and dewormers and all that good stuff. He's clean bill of health from our vet. So if you'd like to come in and meet Scout, we would love to introduce you. We are open Thursday through Tuesday from 11:30 to 6, or you can make an appointment online for Wednesday. We'd love for you to come meet him. Yeah, we would.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Thursday. Typical fall day out there following the rain yesterday. Some clouds hung around today. A little bit breezy this morning, and then a decent afternoon and a beautiful shot. I'll just get out of the way. This is up north, our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera, and that is showing the cities of Pateros. There you go right there, Pateros and Brewster in the middle of your screen. And we saw a mix of sunshine, some sunshine this afternoon as those clouds moved away and the storm system. About 0.3 to 0.5 of an inch up in the Omak area yesterday. Everybody received rain except us here in the Wenatchee area. But one thing we might receive over the next 2 days, and that's foggy start to our days, especially tomorrow and once again on Saturday. Our weather pattern is conducive to fog development. We're talking up around Lake Wenatchee. We could see some here in the valley in Wenatchee, but as you drive over into Moses Lake, that's where I think you'll run into it tomorrow and once again into Saturday, where visibility could be reduced to only 1/4 of a mile. So be extra careful if you're traveling the next 2 mornings. Today, our unofficial high temperature, 49 degrees, and that's still 5 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. 44 is normal. Our record, how about that? 70 degrees set back just a few years ago in 2021. We started off the day at 37, 6 degrees above our normal low of 31. Our record cold, 13 degrees, and that was in 1985. Sunrise this morning, 7:05, and it set this afternoon. Boy, it's getting earlier, isn't it? At 4:25. All right, temperatures as we get you into Friday, about the same as today. 50s all over our map from Moses Lake to Ephrata and Quincy, Wenatchee, up Highway 97 into Omak at 50 tomorrow. Cool spot will be Lake Wenatchee at 46, Leavenworth 48, and Kashmir, you will see a high tomorrow of 49 degrees. So we're going to dry out over the next couple of days before a pretty big system moves in this weekend. Tonight, a ridge of high pressure will remain over the Pacific Northwest thanks to that large high pressure out in the Pacific. A few clouds out there tonight with lows in the mid-30s. Mostly sunny for your Friday. We will see mild weather conditions, 50 for the high temperature. That's about 6 degrees above where we should be. So a nice end to our work week, and it's all going to come crashing down on Saturday. Cloudy skies. Here's our trough of low pressure. It's going to push that ridge away. Showers will develop in the afternoon, and I even think it'll be a rain-snow mix for us. It's going to fill in even more a little bit in the evening. High temperatures Saturday will cool down into the mid-40s. 40s for Sunday. This is going to be our wet day, folks. Cloudy skies, a 90% chance of rain. Once again, snow in the Cascades. It's going to stay a little on the cool side, but about normal. Highs in the mid-40s. Kicking off the next work week, another area of high pressure builds in the Pacific. That will stabilize our weather somewhat next week. Seasonal on Monday. High temperatures again in the mid-40s. But as we get into Tuesday, look at the size of this storm system off the coast. It looks like one of those Gulf of Mexico hurricanes, doesn't it? Increasing clouds on Tuesday. We're going to see a cool down too. High temperatures only around 40 degrees. Yeah, that's our high for Tuesday. On Wednesday, partly cloudy skies. This area of low pressure kind of stalled in the Pacific. Maybe some showers in extreme western Washington on Wednesday. And once again, our high temperatures on the cool side into those low 40s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 37 overnight tonight. Looks like a really nice Friday for you. Mostly sunny and 50. And then things get wet as we get into the upcoming weekend. Anywhere from a 70 to 90% chance of rain. Maybe even some snow mixed in on Saturday. 42 Saturday, 47 Sunday. And then a mix of clouds and sun Monday through Wednesday of next week. And cool with high temperatures between 40 and 45 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
And a happy Thursday. The Seattle Kraken go for a third straight home win tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. The Chicago Blackhawks are in town for the 7 o'clock puck drop. Game is broadcast on Kong TV. Well, the Seahawks expect Abe Lucas and DK Metcalf back in the lineup this weekend against the 49ers. Seattle is 4-5, while San Francisco's 5-4 as the two teams prepare to meet in Santa Clara Sunday. Coach Mike McDonald says besides getting two starters back in the lineup on offense, the defense is preparing for the second game back for 49er running back Christian McCaffrey.
You know, you have last year's tape and then all the things they've done off of it, and then you have kind of a one-game sample, and they were doing a lot of the things that they do with McCaffrey now, albeit it might have been with Debo or with the running backs that they had out there. So it's kind of hard to gauge like a percentage of how much they're going to change, but you talk about interchangeable parts and guys that can do multiple things. I think you're probably more likely to get Christian in funkier spots that he normally, they didn't do with the other running backs or really any other running back in the league. So those are things you have to account for on really any situation. So they do a great job. Everybody kind of knows all the different spots and the time. They don't lose timing or anything like that. So that's what you're looking at.
Seahawks and 49ers kick off at 1:05 Sunday. That'll be on Fox TV. The Wenatchee Panthers season came to an end of the first round of the state 4A girls soccer tournament last night. Kentridge scored a goal in the first 4 minutes of the first half and again in the first 3 minutes of the second half to go on for the 3-0 victory.
Number 12, a freshman, Ellison Eastmont.
Yeah, good crowd on hand last night, both for Wenatchee and the visitors, which it didn't take them very long to find the back of the net. In fact, in the first 4 minutes, they go up by a score of 1-0. Wenatchee's chances were few and far between on the offensive side last night. As we mentioned, the visitors were able to get a goal early in the second half. They added one in the final 2 minutes to get the 3-0 win. Ashton Kirkpatrick, the head coach for Wenatchee, says it's disappointing to fall in the first round of the state playoffs, but credits her
her team for working very hard.
Kent Ridge historically has a great program. I don't know if you know much about club soccer, but it's pretty much the whole Pac Northwest ECNL team that we were playing against, which we knew going into that. It's going to be a good game, going to be competitive. I felt like our girls, for the first time, I felt like they were bought in, like they knew we could compete, we could challenge this team, and I felt like we did that. For a lot of that game, I think we dominated. We kind of caught them on their heels, which I was very proud of. Ultimately, though, I do think we have to tip our hat to the better team tonight. They press hard, they play hard, they didn't give up either. They just kept pushing. We dropped to a 3-back, so naturally you risk giving up a couple goals with that, but what's the difference in losing 3-0 versus 2-0 at that point? So we fought hard, and I was very proud. I mean, till the final seconds, we tried to put one in. And that's been kind of the mentality for the whole season. We're going to outwork these teams. And the other team, they were huffing and puffing. They were tired. It didn't feel like a 3-0 loss. It felt pretty equally challenged in the middle of the field, and I thought they did a good job with that.
Wenatchee finishes the season 16-2 with a bunch of returners coming back next season. Kirkpatrick says the sudden finality of it is what's hard.
That's the unfortunate part about postseason is everybody except one person ends on a loss. So it's hard to go from, I mean, every year, the last 3 years, it's a high. We win league, we win district, and that's so exciting, and then we turn around and lose. So that's a hard thing, to have this momentum going up all season long and then turn around and have to just be done on that note. But that's what you got to do when you're trying to win a state championship. So at the end of the day, one team will get to celebrate, and the rest have to just look back and reflect on the rest of the season, which was overall very positive.
Kent Ridge will face Woodinville in the quarterfinals Saturday night. Eisenhower also had its season come to an end 5-0 and a loss to Skyline. Ellensburg moved to the quarterfinals of the state 2A tournament with a 2-1 win over Seaholm and Bellingham last night. The Bulldogs will face Columbia River in the next round, most likely on Saturday. Turning to the 1A tournament, Natchez Valley had its season end in the first round last night with a 4-1 loss to the Bush School. Cashmere advanced to the quarterfinals with a 5-2 win over Kingsway Christian. The Bulldogs will host Clahoya Saturday at 1 o'clock. Royal season came to an end, falling to Cedar Park Christian last night 7-0. Tonasket is the lone school standing from the North Central Washington in the State B tournament. Tigers outlasted Toledo in a shootout last night in Kelso 1-0 after a scoreless regulation and 2 scoreless 5-minute overtimes. They went to a shootout. Tonasket edged to Toledo 5-4 in that shootout. Tigers will travel to Kingston High School Saturday for a quarterfinal matchup with Cross Point Christian at 1:30. Okanagan and Brewster were eliminated yesterday. The Bulldogs fell to Napavine 2-1, while the Bears dropped a 3-0 decision to Northwest Christian Colbert. Today is the final day at the State 1B and 2B volleyball tournaments down in Yakima. We have 2 teams vying for trophies. We'll roll back to yesterday. The State 2B tournament, Manson beat Warden in straight sets and then followed last night with a 3-0 win over Riverview to advance to today's semifinal. Tonasket lost 2 straight to be put out of the tournament. Now, Manson had its hands full with Freeman this morning in the semifinals, but came out on top 3-1, 25-19, 20-25, 25-23, and 25-23. How about that? Trojans will go for a second straight state title today against Adda after the Pirates swept Coopville this morning 25-14, 26-24, and 25-17. Turning to yesterday in the 1B tournament, Soap Lake won a play-in game of the morning, sweeping PL. Eagles lost 3-0 to Walla Walla Academy and then were bounced from the tournament by Willapa Valley 3-1. Waterville Mansfield had to take a circuitous route to get to the medal round today. The Shockers lost to Mary Walker 3-1, then swept Garpal 3-0 to get to day 2 today. Waterville Mansfield took down Tahola this morning 27-25, 25-11, and 25-22 to advance to play Liberty Christian for 7th or 8th place. Congratulations to the Shockers. That's Look at Sports News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.